Natalie asks, what's considered a fair commission for agents? I know you say it varies, but from experience, what would you recommend? So, all right, so I'm going to give it to you. Most agents that don't have a lot of experience are going to, and don't have a customer base, are going to start at probably 50%, which means that if you move every dollar of profit that you generate, you're going to get 50%. So if you generate a load that makes $200 in profit, you're going to get 100 and the broker is going to keep 100. That's a 50% rev split. That's where most inexperienced brokers are going to start. Or most agents are going to start. Now, if you have more experience and you have a small customer base, that can rapidly go up to 60%. Same sort of formula, 60% on $200, you're going to make $140, right? Or so you're going to make $120 and the agent's going to keep 80. Now, if you have a book of business, last week I interviewed Monica Gonzalez, a good friend of mine. She's an agent. You guys probably heard the story, how she made as an agent over $300,000 in profit in her pocket in 2019. She's an experienced agent. She has an established customer base and a lot of experience, and she works with a brokerage that pays her 70%. She gets, again, on that $200 profit load, she would make $140. The broker would keep 60. So what you're going to find is that the more experience you have, the bigger the customer base, the higher the commissions. But in most cases, they start to level out at or around 70%, right? That's pretty much the high, because at that point, the broker's not, if a broker pays you 80, he's not making any money and it's not even worth it for him. And what kind of support is he going to be able to provide you, because there's no money there, right? So think about it. On $1 million in business, if a broker keeps, if they paid you 30%, or if they keep 30%, right? On $1 million gross, right? So if you've got $1 million gross, and you've got 15% margins. I'm not very good at math. Let me do the math here. But if you have $1 million book, let's think about it. If you've got $1 million book and you as an agent are doing 15% margins, which generates $150,000 in profit, if a broker keeps 30% of that, that's $45,000, right? So and that's on $1 million in revenue. And you got to factor in the fact they've got to do all the invoicing, they got to do all the collections, they've got bad debt, they've got technology, they've got insurance, they've got all these different variables built into it. So ultimately, I think the inexperienced agents will start at around 50%. People who have a small book of business will get 60%, and highly experienced agents with a larger book of business will get 70. So I hope that answers your question, Natalie. Thank you for the question. Hey, if you enjoyed this Freight Broker Q&A, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the little bell to ensure that you get notified every time I release a new video. And if you have questions, make sure you add them in the comments below, and who knows, maybe I'll use one of your questions on a future Freight Broker Q&A.